Hello guys, Ezra, how's it going? Now today I wanted to talk about Korakk's Revenge and how sick it is for leveling. It is really fast. I've been leveling quite a lot of toons on this that have been in the level 110 to 120 range that I really couldn't be bothered dragging my ass through Alterac and Zandalar again because those quests have got boring after even just like the third or fourth time. So Korakk's Revenge is very, very good and I wanted to show that to you and just promote the fact that you can do this. And if you don't like PvP, it's still pretty good as well, but if you do, then it's great for you because you don't need to do the same quest all over again, and it's a very fast method. It isn't the fastest method at the minute to get to 120, but it's still very good, and you can do this from level 10 all the way up to 120, so it's great. It requires a lot less planning and preparation and strategy than the fastest methods in the game currently to get to 120, so it's quite easy. You can kind of lay back and do this with just a bit of minor preparation before you get stuck in. I've tested it on around 3 characters so far that were in the level 110 to 120 range, and I was getting a level approximately every 30 to 40 minutes, which is okay. It's kind of, you could probably keep up with that with questing, but again, you don't have to be questing, you can just do the battleground and enjoy yourself. That was without any heirlooms as well, and no XP boosts. So imagine how fast it could be with the heirlooms. The best thing about this is though, and this is a big if because it doesn't happen all the time, if you win the battleground then holy balls, you are in for a treat. You'll get like a full level of XP. I did this on my paladin who I was leveling up. She was level 116 and a half. Went into the battleground, which was already halfway through by the way. It lasted about half an hour, but we won the game and I got to level 118 and a half, so that's 2 levels, one just from the passive stuff in the battleground and capping the objectives and destroying the towers and commanders and all that business, and a whole, basically it was like 110% of a level just from winning the game. It was nuts. I was rested to XP, I didn't seem to use much rested, so I don't think that was really accounted in that, but that is what sold me on this thing. Now I was Horde. I do have to say that Horde seemed to win a lot more than Alliance do, but I did get beaten by Alliance once or twice. I think it was just once actually on my Hordes, and when I've been playing as Alliance because I had some ults on there, I've usually lost, but it's still good XP anyway. It's still keeping up that level every 30 to 40 minutes. So all you need to do is basically get yourself some heirlooms if you can afford them, if you've not already got them, and get yourself into the battleground and play it. You can get the XP potion if you can afford that, if you know how to get that. That's all good, that'll help you. What I recommend doing is save that for a win. If you're right near the end of, you know, say like a level 118 and you're going to lose, you might as well use it anyway. But if you're going to win, if you know you're going to win, definitely pop the XP pot. I'm not 100% sure if it does work for the win XP, but I'm sure it would if it's all sources of XP that it works for. It's also great too because we've got the 15% anniversary buff to XP and reputation in a minute anyway, so that's good. That's going to help you do this faster, and you can do this all the way up until January the 7th for US and the 8th for EU. So once you're in there, all you want to do is focus on trying to get that win for your team. I don't recommend doing quests like the mine and all that stuff because you don't get much XP from that, and that's not really helping your team. That's more if you want to try and do the event quicker, but the quickest way seems to be killing players. So obviously you're going to do that anyway from just completing the battleground and trying to win. Kill players, get the armor scraps and turn them in. That's going to be the fastest way to complete the event. And you're also going to kill a lot of players for that, hence you're helping your team win the battleground basically. So don't go for quests unless you're going to passively do them through trying to win the match, such as capping a bunker, capturing a graveyard, all those kind of things. You might get lucky and be the one to cap in that respect, and if you do, turn that quest in because that's going to give you some good XP. Now the best thing about this is, and the reason why this is kind of passive as well, in a sense that you're just trying to do the battleground as you would normally, but you get this random ticking XP it's like every 2 to 3 minutes, which gives you, it was giving me at level 116 about 22k XP, which works out about the same as a quest, completing a quest. So it's like completing one quest every 2 minutes, 3 minutes, which obviously you can do, and very often you do quests in clumps, so you might turn in 3 at once. So, but the good thing is it's passive, and that is just at a minimum. The best thing to do for XP is obviously win, but as well when you kill commanders or capture towers, that's going to give you a nice big chunk of XP. Some of the quests too, I think it was the ones for turning in armor scraps for the first time, that gave a lot of XP. That was like enough XP for completing a dungeon, you know, like a random dungeon for the first time each day, like 100 odd K XP, so you want to make sure you do that each time you can. And like I said, winning the game is the best source of XP, so if you can win, if you can try and help your team win, do it. If not, don't worry, because losing isn't too bad either. As you can see on this game here, we did lose the game. There's no way we was going to win this game. we lost, and it was just less than a third of a level, so I tended to lose all my games on Alliance, but I did get beat by Alliance once on Horde, so you never know. It might happen for you Alliance guys out there. If you're doing this on Horde and you just want to get stuck in, you don't want to have the long queue time, because it is around 20 minutes for Horde and 2 minutes for Alliance. Don't forget you can do Mercenary mode and you can go and play as a Horde player in the Alliance and queue that way if you want to be a traitor. But you will get a quicker queue. Now I'm going to say this, don't be one of them guys that just comes in and AFKs just for the passive XP. You're slowing it down for yourself as well as just being really unfair to everybody else. Come in, do stuff, try and help your team win, because if you get that win, it's going to be a juicy load of XP, so don't just come in an AFK, because that's very naughty. And it's also nice as well because you're able to complete the event to get 200 time up badges while you're in there, so that's just going to happen. If you're leveling a character all the way from 20 to 120, you are definitely going to complete this event. Don't forget though that this is character specific, so if you level a character from say 100 to 120 and you get 80% way through the event, when you go into a different character, that character is going to be at 0. So you might have to stay on the character that you've leveled up and just get that last 20% and finish it off. Unless you want to do it all again. It's completely up to you. So there you go guys, Korakk's Revenge is sick for leveling. If you want to get some nice easy leveling done in a different kind of format without questing all the time and grinding dungeons or grinding whatever, then do this, it's really good. Thanks for watching guys, I've been LaserBeast and I'll catch you next time.